Oh man, that music. Just for a few minutes, you gotta revel in this. Listen to that guitar. Mm. Talk about nostalgia. So, this obviously hit Xbox Game Pass. I believe it's also out on the Switch and other places. My cousin sent me a Facebook message yesterday, and I was in tears laughing because this is the game that my cousins and I, along with my uncle, used to stay up all night and play. And we would just play multiplayer over and over and over, and the missions as well. But just great memories associated with this game being like one of the first truly multiplayer experiences I had growing up. And obviously, I mean, thinking back to those N64 controllers that were just not that comfortable, or single think back to that for a minute. Single thumbstick controls, like, just, man, I much more appreciate where the industry has come these days going back to this, because I'll tell you what, running this game, and I just ran this first mission on like normal agent mode, which is like easy mode. Coming from having just recently played, like Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 2, and the DMZ, and doing Destiny 2 and everything, modern shooters have come such a long way from this game. I actually gave up on trying to manually aim because, at least on agent mode, I don't know if this is true for the other modes, but as we get deeper into this playthrough video, you'll notice that I stopped trying to use the aim feature because it's so finicky, and if you just choose to open fire, it will automatically track towards the targets on at least agent mode. I don't know if that's true for all the modes, which made it infinitely easier trying to take down these targets because my aim was not that good using the manual red reticle. But what got me was like the simplicity of this now compared to the way the AI is, in modern games, because the old school AI here is super stupid. Like, they might run around a little bit, and my aim is really horrific here. They might run around a little bit, but for the most part, they just shoot at you. It's not that complex, and they die pretty quick on the easy mode here. And the level design is super simple. It's just block formations here and there with some cover that you can get down behind. So it's not anything spectacular by modern standards, but you have to go back. How many years ago was this? I don't even remember, like 25 years ago or so. This was the coolest game that had come out in a long time, and it was something where you could sit down with your friends and family and play together, on a Saturday afternoon or all night if you wanted to. And to see it come back, it definitely tickled those nostalgia balls a little bit. And yeah, I put it on the Xbox. I totally put it on the Xbox, and I at least played through the first mission here, the dam, and had a lot of great feelings coming back. But you can also see this very quickly. Like, I did the first mission in like 10 minutes or whatever it is. They're not like super complex missions here. And it's not like modern games like, say, Halo or Destiny, where you're going to have tons of cutscenes and dialogue and, a full-on movie presentation in between the levels. It's just straight up, you read the mission brief, you go do the level, you get a mission debrief, you read the next mission brief, you go do the next mission, and so on and so forth, and then you beat the game. So it's not super complex, it's not super long. So I don't know. At the end of the day, I don't know that I'll play through the whole game, but it sure was satisfying to jump in and take a little bite out this morning and get that nostalgia hit, get that quick dopamine hit first thing in the morning. If you've never played this game and you're coming from a modern area and a modern FPS, and you've had friends tell you what an amazing experience they had back in the day and why you should definitely try this game, I think it's worth looking at to just see what an old really old, blocky, chunky game. Look, like I love the face. How the faces are just like it's like a texture wrap around their face. It's so bad. But at the time, this was like this was the coolest thing to have come out. The graphics were so amazing, and everyone looked at this as like the pinnacle of what video games could be. And for a long time, I mean, I think this was the game for us for quite a long time, until Halo hit. Because when the first Xbox came out and Halo came out with that really cool science fiction storyline, but also the multiplayer component, it was then that literally my cousins and I graduated to Halo with my uncle, away from the N64 and away from GoldenEye. But up until that point, man, this was the game that you played with your friends, and that's all anyone talked about. And also the fact that, Pierce Brosnan was, I mean, on the Gen X end of things. And for my generation, growing up, Pierce Brosnan was the James Bond. Like, that GoldenEye premiere with him, with Xenia Onatopp and all these characters, Boris and everything else, and was it Natalia or Natasha? I forget now. But that movie, for my brother and I in particular, but also for my cousins, but for the movie, I'm talking the movie here specifically, for my brother and I, that was like everyone wanted to be Pierce Brosnan's James Bond, and then Sean Bean showing up as 006 was just this thing, and it put Sean Bean into the spotlight. That's where my brother and I learned of Sean Bean, was because of this GoldenEye film. So the movie was such a monumental thing because it was the new James Bond and it was a hit movie around the world. And then for them to come out and make this video game where you're literally playing through that film as James Bond, it was the coolest experience ever, because this video game literally is the film played out in video game format. It's a very strict adaptation that takes everything from the film and puts it into a video game format, and you just go through the whole film as James Bond. It's so well done. So many great levels in this game, and just a really cool experience for those people who had always wanted to sink their teeth into James Bond. And yeah. But in any case, get out there and play it. And of course, we have to see this final sequence here for those of you who might have remembered the movie. Diving off the bridge was such an epic way to open up a film, and it's no less inspirational and badass here in the video game as well. So if you like this, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell icon to get more of my updates here on YouTube. Hopefully you'll play the game. Let me know in the comments below if you also loved this game when it came out, what nostalgia you have for it. And until next time, everybody, stay safe, happy gaming, shaken, not stirred.